Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hi, my name is Erica, and today I am going to be talking a bit about body language analysis and whether or not it is ableist, and not even just ableist, but whether it's even a good idea in the first place. So since I watch a lot of commentary channels and a lot of true crime, often I get videos recommended to me.
Laundry tricked police into thinking he did absolutely nothing wrong when he was pulled over by police in the police body camera footage. Let's break down some body language. That's next.
In today's video, it's going to be part one of a two-part series, or at least that's what I'm expecting it to be, is a two-part series around the case of Robert Durst. This first half will be building much of the baseline, understanding some of the specific characteristics to Durst, and then the final one will be analyzing some of the areas where he has shown cracks in his fairly interesting nonverbal communication. More on that in a bit. Let's go ahead and roll the intro. Just for those of you who are
by people that are body language analysts, is that how you say it? Hopefully, but people that basically have been trained to decipher other people's body language. So they make videos about true crime cases, or if a public figure is in some controversy and they have to apologize for it, then they'll do a video analyzing their body language in their apology video, and it's never really sat right with me, because as somebody who's disabled, especially because my disability is primarily neurological, my body language does not look the same as somebody who is able-bodied and neurotypical. You probably notice in my videos that I might look away a lot and I might move a certain way, and that's not because I'm guilty of something or trying to hide something. That's just my main mode of being. And so I always think if I was in a situation where these body language analysts, that word seems weird. I'm probably not saying it right, but anyway, ignore that. But if I was in a situation where someone was analyzing my body language, then they would probably assume the worst about me. They'd be like, oh, she keeps looking away, and it's my eyes just do that. And when I talk, my neck kind of juts up, and my chin will peek up sometimes, and it's there's no hidden meaning behind that. It's just the way I talk. And now I realize that a lot of these people with their body language analysis videos, they put a disclaimer in the beginning of their videos that, of course, it's not an exact science and they cannot tell if somebody is guilty or not. And it's good that they put that disclaimer in there, but I feel it's not enough, especially if say for instance with the Chris Watts case. I mean we all pretty much know that he he was found guilty and he did it. Allegedly just trying to cover my ass so I'm not sued, but we all pretty much know at this point that he pretty much did it. So before all the information came out, people were making videos analyzing his body language, but it's like, just because he looks uncomfortable or his eyes are like looking up to the right, that's not what makes him guilty. And that shouldn't be how you like decide whether somebody is guilty or not. And I think it's very ableist, because like autistic people, a lot of times it's hard for autistic people to make eye contact. People with other neurological disabilities may have like different body language. Even people with mental health issues like anxiety, like if you're anxious, your body language may, to somebody analyzing your body language, it may seem like you somehow did something wrong, when really you're just really anxious at that moment, and that is how you express your anxious outwardly or whatever. Hopefully what I said just what I just said makes sense. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if I make sense. But I also think it scrutinizes people to an unhealthy degree. Like, if you're looking at how somebody's eyes are like shifting, or how their mouth moves, or how their hands are moving, or if their face is contorting, and the D on the body language just came off. Oh well, it's fine. We're just gonna keep going. But like, I feel like, first of all, there's no way for us to know the background of all of these people that we're analyzing. Like, because plenty of people can have mental health conditions or disabilities that you may not know of. So for you to analyze them without just assuming they are neurotypical and able-bodied, like, I feel like and people might disagree with this, but it is like setting the norm as able-bodied and neurotypical. And I think when we keep reinforcing that the norm is to be able-bodied and neurotypical, we further marginalize not only disabled people, but anybody that doesn't fit the norm somehow. Like, it's like, and I think I might have covered this in another video, but I might not have, so I'm just gonna explain it here real quick. But the bell curve, and like the idea of standard deviation, is kind of a way to reinforce what is considered the norm and what is the standard. So it acts as a way to choose who is not considered the standard and who is considered deviant. And that can be extremely harmful. I mean, people can be falsely accused and then falsely imprisoned for a crime that they did not commit. And even when we're not talking about crime, but you're assuming somebody is somehow bad just because they don't fit your idea of what is normal and how a normal person should act. And in case you cannot see me, I am putting air quotes when I say normal, because I'm not saying that there is a normal way. I'm saying that I'm using the word normal as like what other people are assuming is normal, if that makes sense. And I just think that it's very like focusing on one way, and this is the one way you are, and if you're not like this, then you fall outside the norm. And let's be real here, it's a pseudoscience, and I don't mean this to disrespect anybody who has been trained in this, but there is no concrete way of doing this. Like, it's something people made up and people decided. And even if it's like psychologists doing it, like, who are they to say that the way somebody's body language is presenting means a certain thing, because everybody is different. And it's also, there have been lots of articles about how body language analysis is a pseudoscience, so I will link those down below. But it's not like there's no real like concrete way of saying yes, this means this. And I know with science in general, things are based on theories a lot of time, but I feel like especially with this, especially when we are scrutinizing the body language of human beings, like, it's so diverse. So how can you possibly be discerning something about someone just by looking at their body language? And I probably said that a lot. I'm probably rambling. And my last point, which I actually did not put in my notes, but it's something that has been bothering me. But I feel like a lot of these people that do body language analysis, especially here on YouTube, they tend to capitalize off of like things that are very big in the news. Like, for instance, if you know about this, like, Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' sister, made a story on Instagram where she was talking about how she's being accused of like taking advantage of her sister, and how she says that's not true. And so then, like, one of these body language analysis channels made a video on that, and body language analysis channels made videos on the Chris Watts case and the Gabby Petito case. And I just feel like it's like they're jumping on a bandwagon to get views. And And to be fair, that is the way YouTube works. Like, you don't put out content that you think nobody is going to watch. But I just feel like in instances like that, it's like if you don't know somebody personally, especially, but even if you do know someone personally, how do you know what their norm is for their body language? So how are you going to know what somebody's body language is communicating just by watching a video of them? And I think that is it for what I want to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not already and you would like to see more of my content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.